Hello students, welcome to JCE eConnect channel. Today we'll study biasing in MOS amplifier circuit. The essential step or the important step in the design of MOSFET amplifier circuit is the establishment of an appropriate DC operating point for the transistor. This is known as biasing. I'll repeat, the essential step or the important step in the design of MOSFET amplifier circuit is the important step in the design of MOS amplifier circuit is the establishment of appropriate DC operating point. Establishment of DC operating point is the essential step in the MOSFET amplifier circuit. This is called as biasing. An appropriate DC operating point is characterized by a stable and predictable DC drain current ID. It is the appropriate DC operating point is characterized by the stable. It is characterized by stable and predictable ID and by a drain to source voltage VGS, appropriate ID and VGS, that ensures the operation in saturation region for all expected input signal levels. We have different types of biasing again here. There are three types. First one is biasing by fixing VGS. Biasing by fixing VGS. Second one is biasing by fixing VG and connecting the source resistance RS. Third one is biasing using drain to gate feedback resistor. There are three types, so we'll take one by one. First one is biasing by fixing VGS. This is the most straightforward method. This is the most straightforward method to bias a MOSFET, or the most straightforward approach is biasing a MOSFET is to fix VGS, is to fix the VGS required to provide the ID. This voltage value can be derived from the power supply VDD. Whatever will get VGS, it is provided by the power supply VDD through the use of appropriate voltage divider. We have here, we know that the MOSFET ID is given as half mu n COX omega by L into VGS minus VT whole square. This is the expression for drain current in the MOSFET. And to understand the reason why it is not a good technique, this biasing by fixing VGS is not a good technique. To understand the reason why it is not a good technique, we'll understand with respect to this equation. Here, mu n and the Vt, this mu n and Vt, they depend on the temperature. As the room temperature changes, now this COX, as the room temperature changes, as temperature changes, COX, omega by L and VGS, values of the current flowing to device 1 and device 2 may affect. As these value changes, because of the change in temperature, these value changes and it changes the drain current through the different devices. For example, now if I'll draw the characteristic, the graph of ID versus VGS, then we'll see here that device, because of the change in temperature, device 1 will have a characteristic like this and device 2 will have a characteristic like this, and device 1 drain current will be ID1 and device 2 drain current will be ID2. The use of fixed bias VGS can result in the large variation in ID. Therefore, this is not a valid method. I'll repeat once again the first one. There are three types. First one is biasing by fixing VGS. Now here this is a most straightforward method, but this is not a good technique. This is the most straightforward method by fixing VGS, gate to source voltage for the MOSFET, but it is not suitable. Reason is that the drain current is given by this formula. As the temperature changes, the value of mu n and Vt changes. In turn, Cox omega by omega L, these values also changes. This results in different drain current. For one temperature, drain current will be different. For other temperature, drain current will be different. For third temperature, drain current will be different. And this is wide range of drain current will result. Because of this method is not suitable. I'll repeat. This is drain current. As the temperature changes, mu n Vt changes. For one temperature, ID1 will get. For other temperature, ID2 will get. For third temperature, ID3 will get. All these temperature will vary by large amount. So only this method is not suitable. So we'll go for second biasing method. We'll go for second biasing method. That method is called as biasing by fixing VG. Biasing by fixing VG and connecting, biasing by fixing VG and by connecting a source resistance RS. Now this is like this way. Here we have ID current. Here we have, this is gate terminal, this is drain, this is source terminal. We'll be applying here VG gate current with respect to this, and this is the source resistance RS. Now we'll get the characteristic like this for this one. This is device 1 and this is device 2, and this is the graph of ID versus VGS, and we'll be getting this as ID1 and we'll be getting here ID2. They are nearly approximate, they are nearer values. Say this is my VGS1 and VGS2. VGS1 and VGS2. Now, this is an excellent biasing technique. Biasing by fixing VG, and connecting RS. This is the excellent biasing technique for the MOSFET circuit of the DC voltage at the gate VG, by giving the DC voltage at the VG and connecting the RS. Now, if VG is much greater than VGS, like we have this VG and we have here gate to source, this is VDS and this is VGS. And if VG is much greater than VGS, what will happen? If this is much greater than VGS, what will happen? And here see, VG can be written as, if I want to write the VG expression, it is written as VGS plus RS into, the current here is ID, RS into ID. If VG is much greater than VGS, then if this is much greater than this, I mean this is smaller, then ID will be mostly determined by the values of VG and RD, because if this is very much larger, then I'll be neglecting VGS, I'll be having VG into RS into ID. Then to determine the ID, I can write VG by RS. This is sufficient to find the drain current. So, and in this technique, we'll be getting the ID as nearer, not like so much wide range. So this technique is preferable. I'll repeat once again now here. Biasing by fixing VG and taking the RS at the source, connecting the RS at the source. This is the circuit diagram where VG is fixed and RS is connected. And the VG is given by the formula VGS plus VDS, or it is ID into RS. Now if this is very very small, then I'll get VG RS into ID, or ID as VG by RS if this is very large value. So even if VG is, now we'll take the case is if it is not larger, if VG is not much larger, if it is not much larger than VGS, the RS provides the negative feedback. RS provides the negative feedback which acts to stabilize the value of ID. Thus, the action RS works to keep the ID constant as possible. So this is the we'll say that this is an excellent biasing technique. This is excellent biasing technique. The third one will go. The third one is the biasing using the third one is biasing using drain to gate feedback resistor. The circuit diagram is like this way. This is our MOSFET. This terminal is gate, this terminal is drain, and this is source. Now we will be connecting RD, which is going to VDD, and from this point we will be connecting the feedback resistance, which is named as gate RG, and I have here gate, drain and source. Here the current here is 0. Now here I will be getting the voltage. This current is ID, and here at this point I will be having the voltage plus minus VDS. Here this circuit, the large feedback resistor RG approximately 1 mega ohm, the large feedback resistor approximately 1 mega ohm forces the DC voltage at the gate to be equal to that at the drain. The whatever voltage at this point is equals to this point, because the current here is 0. I'll repeat once again. This 1 mega ohm what we have connected, large value of the gate resistance RG what we have connected, it forces this voltage is equals to this voltage, because this current becomes small. V is equals to I into R, or V by R is equals to I. Simple example. V is equals to I into R. V is equals to I into R, or V by R is equals to I. If R is very large, the current becomes 0. Same concept is used here. V is equals to I into R, or V by R is current. R is very large, current is 0. So only I have written current as 0. I'll repeat. V is IR, or V by R is I. R is 1 mega, approximately infinity we'll assume. Current will be 0, ideal case. So only here it is 0. Okay, so voltage at this point is equals to voltage at this point. Then we will be writing VGS is equals to VDS, which is equals to VDD minus ID into RD. Or if I want to write VDD from this expression, then it becomes VGS plus, because this term goes on this side, ID into RD. ID increases, assume that ID increases. VGS, because this expression is equal, VGS has to decrease. Thus decrease in VGS in turn causes the ID, a change that is opposite to the direction to the one originally assumed. So thus the negative feedback or the regeneration provided by the RG works to keep the value of ID as constant as possible. This makes ID constant as possible. These are the biasing 3 techniques. I'll repeat once again. The first biasing technique is biasing by fixing the VGS. Now, this is not suitable technique. So how will prove this is not suitable technique? I will take the current expression ID. As temperature changes, the value of this and this changes, which in turn change these values. Indirectly, even they change small values of this. For one temperature, I get ID1 different. For other temperature, I'll get ID2. For third temperature, I get ID3. But those all ID1, ID2, ID3 are different. They are differ by a large amount. So this is not a good technique. Next, we'll go for biasing by fixing VG. The constant VG and connecting this RS. This is an excellent technique. Because we don't have a much variation in this ID. How we have in the previous one, we don't have much variation in this ID. Now this VG is given as VGS plus RS into ID. If this is small, then we'll have VG, this is neglected, RS into ID, or ID is so much. This is the way how we find the ID. Assume if VG is not much larger value, then RS provides the negative feedback, and this is responsible to make ID as constant as possible. Next technique is using the drain to gate. Biasing using drain to gate feedback resistor. Means between these two terminals, I'll be connecting RG, and this is approximately 1 mega ohm. As this is very large, current at this point will be 0. This voltage equal to this voltage. And even VGS can be written as VDS, or which is also this voltage VGS equal to VDS, or VDS is VDD minus IDRD. Now VDD can be written as VGS plus IDRD. If this term increases, this term reduces. So which in turn changes ID. So here negative resistance RG, resistance connected RG, this is responsible to make ID as constant as possible.